Okay, y'all, part one, story time on how I found out my baby daddy was DL. Okay, y'all, so my baby daddy was a major cheater. Y'all, when I say major cheater, y'all, he cheated with any and everything, and it makes sense now. So I went through his phone one night, and I had seen some messages. So he had some messages pinned at the top, and this one specific message was pinned, but it was not saved. Like, the number wasn't saved. So yeah, I ended up scrolling through the messages or whatever. And like, as I'm scrolling through the messages, it appears as he's texting some female. So I'm still looking through the messages and stuff. So I came across a message that was like, you know, did you like, what we did? They had, y'all gonna have to wait the part two because it gets good. He's asking him, did he like it? And he's telling them yes. Part two on how I found out my baby daddy was dead. So y'all, I am going through this phone and I am reading these messages, and they are in love. They are in love. He's in love with this man, y'all. So I'm literally panicking. So I'm trying to hurry up and close the messages out so he don't know I was ever in the phone. I take a picture of the contact so I can have a number, y'all, and I lay down and I go to sleep. Sidebar, he is very abusive. He's known for whooping my ass. So I had to be careful what I did and exactly how I done it, because at this point, if he find out I didn't went through this phone, my whole life is gonna be in jeopardy. So I gotta move safe for me and my kids. So y'all, the next morning I get up, I take my kids to school, same normal routine. This is a Friday morning. So I normally get up at 5:30, get the kids dressed. I have them to the daycare by 6:15. The daycare is pretty close to the house. So y'all, I do this. I come back home, and he worked the Part three on how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So I'm back home from dropping the kids off at daycare. He typically leaves the house shy at 7. Sidebar, y'all, he works Monday through Thursday from 7 in the morning to 5 o'clock. So on Fridays, y'all, he will always work quote unquote mandatory overtime. So this particular Friday, something is telling me he ain't going to work. Something's actually telling me this man has not ever went to work on a Friday. So y'all, he leaves. We stay in the condo. He goes down to the parking garage through the elevator. I take the steps. Y'all, I'm watching this man. He gets in his car. He pulls up. I hop in my car. I pull off shortly after him. So y'all, I'm staying a little distance behind him because y'all, this man is abusive. If he catch me following him, he's gonna fuck me up. So y'all, I watches him pull out of our building and pull into the building across the street. So now I'm trying to figure out. Okay, y'all, part four, how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So I followed him to the loft across the street. So y'all, he gets out, he goes in, y'all, he got a key fob. He got a key fob. So I see him swipe something to get in. So I'm already knowing this gotta be the dude house. Like, at this point, I'm on 10. Like, I'm here. This gotta be the dude house. So I'm already knowing I can't get in the building because I don't have nothing to swipe. So then too, I'm sitting back and I'm really thinking to myself, like, it's little me and it's two men. Like, I'm outnumbered. They gonna unalive me and destroy my body. So I sit in my car, y'all, and I decide I'm gonna wait on him to come out. So y'all, as I'm sitting in my car and I'm waiting on him to come out, I go back to the picture of the phone number that I had took, and I put the number in Cash App. So when I put the number in Cash App, y'all, I ended up putting that same name in Facebook, y'all. So why, when I pulled up the page, why was it a St. Louis City police officer? So this nigga is straight fucking a police officer. Okay, yeah, so part five of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So I followed him across the street. I'm sitting on the lot. I watched him get out the car, go inside of the buildings that we live directly across the street from. Y'all, he got a key fob. So I watched this man swipe something at the door and go in. So at this point, I know that this is his lover's house. I just know that this is the man that you're texting. I know. Like, my instinct is on. So y'all, as I'm sitting outside, I put the number in Cash App. I come to find out this man is a St. Louis City police officer. Sidebar, I have been getting pulled over lately a lot, and I never thought too much on it because black car, foreign tinted out. All our cars got tints on them. All cars blacked out. So I'm just thinking like, okay, it's time to take these tints out this car or something. So as I'm sitting on the lot, I open up my glove department because I'm like, wait a minute, like this shit got to be connected. So y'all, I look at the ticket. So the issuing officer on the ticket carried the last name of the issuing officer. I'm sorry, the issuing officer on the ticket had the same last name as the officer that Facebook page I had pulled up. But y'all, the issuing officer on the ticket was a female. Okay? This is a female. This is a female pulling me over. Same last name, same everything. So y'all know on the ticket, it's not going to give you anything but the first initial. So as I'm scrolling down his page, I see a picture. I see a picture, y'all. This is his wife. The woman who had been pulling me over is my baby father's lover's wife. So everybody around me clearly knows what's going on but me. Because at this point, I figured she gotta know. It's no way you pulling me over, giving me these tickets and you don't know what's going on. But everything's starting to make a little more sense now. Okay, so part 6 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So everything's starting to make sense now. So the lady who had been pulling me over was the lover's wife. Literally, was my baby father's lover's wife. She literally had been pulling me over by our house, issuing me tickets. Like I said, I never thought too much of it. Black cars, foreign tints, typical Carter B stereotype. It just never crossed my mind. Hell, my baby father is sleeping with her man. Never crossed my mind. So, y'all, I pull off the lot. I got home because at this point, this situation getting deep, sticky, and straight dangerous. Because, listen, y'all know how police is. I ain't trying to be nowhere in Kenlock getting digged up. So, I ended up going home and I decided that I was going to pack my stuff and I was going to leave and I was going to go to my mom's house. So, I pack my things, I leave, and I'm headed to my kid's school. Wow, as I'm headed to my kid's school, my car connected to the speaker, y'all. I get a call that come through, and it's like, no caller ID. So I answers the phone, y'all, and it's a lady. Just to be specific, it's her. She's calling me. Bitch, why are you calling me? So she's like, hey, my name is Dana, sidebar, D, Black, that was the officer that was giving me the tickets. She like, hi, my name is Dana, and I was just calling because I wanted to talk to you. I know that you and my husband, me and your husband. I'm like, nah, you got this all wrong. She like, what you mean? I'm like, I ain't sleeping with your husband. My baby Diddy and your husband, they sleeping around. Yeah, she get quiet. She like, you need to meet me. Just like that. Meet you where? She like, meet me at the gas station. Oh, the gas station you been pulling me over at? But cool, I'll meet you there. So, y'all, I pulls up to the gas station. I meet Dana. Y'all, first off, Dana was cool as hell. That first link up with Dana, man, Dana became like this, okay? Before I could get anything out, Dana was like, let's unalive him. Let's unalive him. So, I'm looking at this fine-ass chocolate lady in its police officer uniform telling me, let's unalive my baby daddy and her husband. It sounded good. And I ain't gonna lie. We thought about doing it. Alrighty, y'all. So part 7 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So I done met up with Dana at the gas station, y'all. And Dana is my baby daddy's boyfriend. Wife. Like, this is straight how married man. Like, you out here doing some shit I ain't even out here doing. So, y'all, Dana talking about, let's kill him. Dana want to kill my baby daddy. She want to kill her husband. And, y'all, I'm all in for it. Sidebar. Y'all know I love my sidebars. My baby daddy got a hefty ass life insurance policy. So, the quicker the better. Because I'm finna cash in on this nigga because he got me fucked up. So, Dana tell me, like, you need to go home, play it cool, don't say nothing. Bitch, my blood is boiling. If you only knew how much shit I found out today, you talking about go home and play it cool. But, bitch, money on the line. So, I'm finna play my part. And I'm gonna play it real smooth. So, y'all, get the kids, go home, cook. He come home. Hey, baby, how your day? And, baby, it was wonderful. How was your day? His day was great, I bet. Because you been getting bent over all motherfucking money by that nigga across the street. But it's cool, though. It's cool. So, he leaves. Baby, I'm going to go shoot some pool with the guys. Go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead. Dana give me a call. It's like 8:30. 8:30. Dana say, my husband gone. Your baby daddy gone? Yeah. I'm like, girl, yeah, he gone. He said he was going to go shoot some pool with the guys. She said, oh, yeah, he said the same. How about me and you link up and let's figure out what we going to do next? So, I don't trust Dana. Because this bitch been moving funny since day one. Because woman to woman, if you found out your husband and my baby daddy was fucking around, why would you just now be coming to me? And why, bitch, why you try to spin me? Why the fuck did you try to spin me calling my phone talking about, I know you fucking with my husband? See, bitch, you think I'm stupid. But I'm smarter than what the fuck you think I am, so I'm going to just play along. So she said, let's meet. Cool. I meet you. So I pulls up, meet Dana. When I hop in the car, Dana, like, I got something to tell you. I ain't want to tell you over the phone. So I'm like, shit, what's up? Alrighty, y'all. Part 8, I found out my baby daddy was DL. So I pull up, y'all, meet Dana. Dana like, girl, I got something to tell you. I can talk to you over the phone. So I get in, y'all. Dana gets to confessing that she found out that my baby father and her husband was sleeping together 6 months ago. Y'all in complete shock once again. And at this point, can't shit shock me. I already knew Dana knew. Because ain't no reason you following me, giving me tickets, and you doing all this shit for nothing. But it's cool. Because we both agreed that we going to unalive them together, and I'm finna get paid. So cool. It's cool. It's good. So, y'all, I pulls off. I leave from Dana. I go get me a drink, and I go ahead and go home. So, y'all, I get up the next morning, and I go to the gym. Yes, y'all, I'm still doing the normal shit that I normally do because I do not need this man thinking anything other than what it is. So I get up and I go to the gym, y'all. While I'm at the gym, I got my headsets in, and I'm looking at the TV, and I'm on a treadmill, y'all. I'm walking, and I see something come across the TV. Breaking news. So, y'all, they had found a female's body in the dumpster not too far from where I am at Dana. So, my intuition is telling me something I right here, and I go to the locker room, get dressed, and as I'm walking to my car, I'm calling Dana. I'm calling Dana. Dana's phone is going straight to voicemail. I'm sending Dana text messages. Dana's messages are not delivering. So something is telling me that something is wrong, and my baby's father and Dana's husband got something to do with it. So I instantly panic. So y'all, I'm racing home because I'm going home to clear out my baby daddy's stash, and I'm going to go get some clothes for me and my kids because I'm getting ready to run. Because not only am I fearing for my life, but I know they finna kill me. They are finna unalive me. My baby father and his boyfriend is finna unalive me next. I just know they did this. So y'all, as I'm in the apartment, I'm putting everything in a bag. I'm trying to hurry up because y'all, it's like 3 o'clock and my baby father normally comes home about 5. So I'm trying to make sure I do not have to run into him. I'm trying to make sure he don't see me. I'm trying to make sure I'm in and out. Y'all, as I'm packing my stuff and I'm walking to the door, I heard a knock. So right in there, I knew it wasn't my baby father because why are you knocking? Because you got a key. So y'all, I go to the door, and when I open up the door, it's a detective. So he asks me, he says, are you Carissa Davis? I say, I am. He says, I have a warrant for your arrest for the questioning of Dana's murder, Dana Black murder. So not only is Dana dead for real, but I'm a suspect in her murder. The prime suspect in her murder at that. What the fuck is really going on? Part 9 of how I found out my baby father was DL, y'all. So I'm getting ready to go on a run. I just cleaned out this man's stash, got my kids some clothes. I'm getting ready to run because I know that they have unalived Dana and I'm next. So as I'm walking out the door, y'all, the detective is at my door and he asks me, am I Carissa Davis? I reply, yeah, I just got arrested for the murder of Dana Black. So not only is Dana really dead, y'all, but I am also the prime suspect. So I make it down to the precinct. They send me in a room. They ask me, did I want counsel? And they also are asking me questions. So at this point, y'all, I'm telling them everything that I know. I'm telling them as much as I can possibly tell them. But nothing is still making sense. Nothing is making sense for them. Nothing is making sense for me. So a detective walks in the room and he shows me some pictures. He has the envelope. He has 3 pictures. So he shows me a picture of Dana, asks me, do I know Dana? I don't deny knowing Dana. He asks me, what is my involvement with Dana? And I told him that Dana and I are friends. Okay. So then he also has a picture of a gun. So he asks me, have I ever seen this gun before? And I'm like, no. And he replies, well, that's funny because your fingerprints were found on this gun at the scene of Dana's murder. My fingerprints were on the gun that was used to kill Dana? Huh? These motherfuckers trying to frame me. I just instantly know my baby daddy and his boyfriend is trying to frame me for this lady murder. Because not only did I not kill her, but I ain't never seen this motherfucking gun a day in my life. So I thought. Right? But come to find out, I have seen this gun. Because y'all, this same gun is the same gun that my baby daddy keeps locked up in the top of the fucking closet. The same gun that my baby father keeps locked up in the closet of our home, which is also the same gun that I went out and purchased 6 months ago because he told me to. Alrighty, y'all. Pertaining to how I found out that my baby daddy was DL. So, this is the same gun that I had bought from the St. Charles Convention Center 6 months prior to all of this happening. My baby father sent me to buy a gun, but y'all remember that I linked up with Dana and she told me she found out 6 months ago. So, I'm sitting here in this chair and this detective is showing me the gun, the proof of purchase, and I just froze. Because this my gun. And my fingerprints are on the gun, y'all. So all the evidence are pointing towards me being the one responsible for the murder of Dana Black. So, y'all, I don't know how, but, y'all, they did not charge me right then and there. So, y'all, they ended up letting me go, y'all. So, they held me for 24 hours, y'all. I'm sitting in the cell, and the only thing I'm honestly really worried about is the $40,000 I just took out this man's safe, and the fact that I know this man is home and he know by now that I done took his money. I don't know if this man know they got me on this 24-hour hold or not, but I would assume that he does because he clearly framing me for the murder of his lover's wife. You couldn't have wanted to be with this man that bad that you didn't set me up to go to jail. But hell, it's happening. So, y'all, I get out. I call my mama, y'all. I told my mama already when I drop my kids off, do not send my kids with nobody, y'all. I call my mama, and my mama comes and picks me up. Yeah, I got $40,000, and I got a bag of clothes. And I know for a fact that I'm not safe at my mama's house. Hell, I know my mama ain't safe for her house. So I tell my mama, like, me and her, we got to go now. Yeah, my mama is looking at me, and she is just like, Carissa, what is going on? And I'm like, I will tell you later, but we got to go. So my mama's like, okay, let me go home. No, we cannot go home, grab no clothes. We got to go now. So me, my mama, and my kids, we got on the highway, y'all, and we headed to my sister Lily's house in California. Lily is my older sister that graduated high school, and she went her ways, y'all. We have not seen Lily in years. Me and Lily are still close. We talk all the time. My baby father knows nothing about Lily. So at this point, me and my kids and my mama got to get somewhere safe because I know this man is looking for me, and I'm really surprised he ain't did nothing to my mama and my kids yet, y'all. And I'm just being honest because I know for a fact this man know I took his money, and I know this man know what's going on, and I just don't want to sit around and wait on what's next. So I run. Alrighty, y'all. So part 11 on how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So, y'all, I'm on a run. I just literally just got let go from being questioned for the murder of my baby father's boyfriend's wife. So, y'all, I'm on the run. I'm innocent. I didn't do it. I'm on the run. So, y'all, me, my mom, and my kids, we done ran to California, y'all. So, we on the road, and we on our way to Cali. So, we make it to Cali 3-4 days later. As soon as I get to California, I mean immediately, I cut my hair off, I dye it, and my sister connects me with somebody who can make me new IDs, social security cards, who can make me a whole new identity. Y'all, so the next day, my sister introduces me to a guy who owns a club. So, y'all, my sister, she used to dance. She was a retired dancer at the time when I made it there. So, she's like, you know, sis, you're going to be able, you're going to need to get some money. So, I'm going to put you on to a couple ways. I used to make money. So, y'all, my sister introduced me to a guy. He owned the club named Dreams out in Cali, y'all. He seen me and he hired me. He was like, you're hired. Y'all, I had never danced a day in my life. Better yet, y'all, I had never walked in heels a day in my life. So I have no clue how I'm going to be a dancer or what I'm going to get up here and do. But just know I'm thirsty. I'm willing to do whatever I got to do to get this money at this point because I ain't got no other option. So, y'all, first night at the club, I make a killing. Like, when I say this is one of the biggest clubs, this is one of the biggest clubs. All the basketball players, all the rappers, all the entertainers. If you were somebody, you're coming in this club to throw some money. So, that was a good and a bad thing for me. So, yeah, I did want to be in the limelight because I want to make as much money as possible. But I am a fugitive that's on the run for a murder of a cop. I'm not trying to get caught on nobody's social media, and I ain't trying to get caught in her by nobody that don't need to be recognizing me, y'all. So when I used to dance with a mask on. Alrighty, y'all. So I've been at the club now for a couple months. And as I'm dancing at this club, y'all, I meet this guy named Champ. Alrighty, y'all. So part 12 I had found out my baby daddy was DL. So y'all, Champ had been coming into the club, y'all, for about the last month. He had become a regular. So y'all, on this specific night, one of the girls at the club was having a party. So y'all, this was one of the hottest parties in Cali. Like y'all, this party was gonna be big. So everybody in the city was popping out tonight. So y'all, Champ ended up coming in. He ended up getting drunk, and he ended up leaving with one of the girls. So y'all, Champ was a client of mine who became a regular, but you know, he would come in the club and he would tip other girls. So I watched him leave with the other girl. And I'm in my mind like, like, you really finna go and you finna go spend this money on another bitch when you could have took me back to the room, but hey, it is what it is. So y'all, I'm at the club and one of my friends that I danced with, we used to go and we used to turn tricks together and we were getting money together outside of the club. Y'all, the girl that Champ left with was her friend. So y'all, she calls my friend and she's like, I need your help. Y'all, Champ and Lola is at the hotel getting high, snorts the line, and Champ then overdose. Champ then overdose. So Lola is telling us, like, I need y'all to come get me. I'm at this hotel room and y'all need to come fast. So we leave, we get dressed, we leave, we run to the hotel. Okay, guys. So when we make it to this hotel room, she's like, come up. Y'all, I'm a whole fugitive. Regardless to this girl knowing or not that I'm on the run already, baby, I don't need no parts to this because I can't get in no more shit. My plate is already full, but I'm down to ride. I'm down to ride. So we get out, we go in, we go upstairs. He's laid out on the bed. This man is overdosed. Like, this man is passed out. This man done OD'd on some coke. Sidebar, y'all know dancers like to get high for fun. Hey, it was a party drug for them. For me, I ain't dealing it. I ain't dealing with it. I ain't dealing with it. So, y'all, she got drunk. They snorted a line of coke, and they had a good time. But he did not wake back up. So, y'all, he is laying in the bed, and he didn't OD. So, I'm telling her, like, look, we gonna have to leave his ass. You gonna have to come on. We gonna have to leave his ass, and somebody gonna find him, and they'll figure it out. She's like, but no, he's a cop. He a cop. How you know he a cop? Y'all should have went through this man's wallet. Champ is a cop. Oh my God. So I'm sitting here and I instantly know this man was at this club for me. I gotta go. I gotta get home. I gotta get my shit. I gotta get my mama and my kids, and I gotta fucking go. My cover is blown. Like, my cover is blown. Alrighty, y'all. So part 13 of how I found out my baby father was DL. So y'all, Champ and OD, and we just found out Champ is a cop. Champ is a cop, and we finna leave his ass because I can't get no more blood on my hands. I'm in enough shit. So I tell Lola, I tell Deja, let's go. So I tell them, I'm like, y'all, I gotta take me home. I gotta get away from her. I need to go. So on my way home, I asked Deja to stop me at my sitter's house because I needed to grab my kids because once I get home, I'm getting my mama and my shit and we are gone. So I made it to the kids' sitter's house. I go in and I find out that my kids were picked up early. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. My mom or my sister must have grabbed them and just forgot to tell me. So she's like, no, your husband came by to pick them up. I have never been married. I don't have a husband. I don't have a significant other. I don't have nothing down here in California. It's just me, my mom, and my sister and my kids. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean my husband picked up my kids? Where the fuck are my kids? So she has cameras. So she's like, well, look, the kids went with him. They knew who he was. They called him dad. They called him dad? My kid's dad came and got them? So, y'all, she shows me the camera footage. Y'all, it is my baby father picking my kids up from the center. My baby father is here in California and he just picked up my fucking kids. What the fuck going on? And how the fuck did he find my kids? So, y'all remember I told y'all Champ was a cop. So Champ wasn't just a cop. Champ was a PI. He was a private investigator. Alrighty, y'all. So part 14 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So, y'all, this man is in California. My baby father and his boyfriend then came all the way to California and they done took my kids. So, y'all, I see on the surveillance camera that there's a black truck and I see two guys. So I see my baby father and I see the guy. He never comes in, y'all, but he stands outside the car while he comes inside of, the facility to grab the kids. So, y'all, she running the cameras back and I didn't live. I didn't curse her ass out because you had no business giving this man my kids. I don't care what my kids said. I don't care who he told you that he was. You've never seen him a day in your life. You should have called. So, y'all, I head home, and as soon as I get home to my sister's house, I go in the house, and I'm like, like, he got my fucking kids. So, my mama is looking at me, and she's in straight, disbelief. She's like, what? Like, what do you mean he got your kids? I'm like, he's here. He got my kids. Like, I gotta go get my motherfucking kids. So I look at my mama and I tell my mama, I'm like, look, either you with me or you not, but I'm gone. And my mama looking at me, she's like, Carissa, where the fuck are you going? I'm like, I'm going back to St. Louis. And before I could get the rest of my words out, my sister like, let's go. So Lily hadn't been in St. Louis in years. My mama is on the run with me, basically, at this point. Like, she's not being charged with anything, but my mama is literally running all over the world with me, y'all. She just left her house, left her job. She left everything back in St. Louis to get on the road with me and my kids 6 months ago when I decided I was going to go on a run. So, my mama has lost everything with me in the process of me trying to prove that I did not do what these people are claiming that I did. So, we on our way back to St. Louis. But before we leave California, I go grab me a Glock. I go grab me a gun. Because when I make it here, I'm going to get my motherfucking kids. No questions asked, and ain't nobody going to stop me. So, we get on the road and we head to St. Louis. So, I know this is what my baby father wants. He wants me to come and look for my kids. And you got it right. I'm coming to get my motherfucking kids. And I do. So, it took us 3-4 days to get back to St. Louis. And, as soon as I got to St. Louis, the first place I went was the apartment me and my baby father was staying in downtown. When I pulled up down there to the apartment, I put my hood on, y'all. And at this point, I'm on point because I'm back here. I'm wanted. I am a fugitive, and I am wanted. And the police department is like 3 blocks away from where we used to stay. So, I goes inside the building. I get in, I goes inside the building. I go up to the 4th floor. And, we always kept a key underneath our doormat. Like in the corner, we used to have a plant. And the plant said, like, right at the corner of the mat. And right at the corner, it was the key. So, I look underneath the mat. The key is there. So, that means he still stay here. So, I take the key and I open up the motherfucking door. When I take the key and I open up the door, when I go in, it's some chick. It's some chick in this apartment. The pictures is still on the wall. He still living here, but it's some woman in this apartment. Alrighty, y'all. So, part 15 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So, when I made it down there to the loft, it's some chick in the apartment, y'all. My kiss is not her, but it's some chick in this apartment. So, she is laying on the couch. When I walk in, I'm like, who the fuck are you? So, she looks at me, and she's like, Carissa? I take another good look, and I'm like, Janice? Janice is my baby daddy mama assistant. What the fuck are you doing in my house? So she gets up off the couch, y'all. She starts bagging up. First thing I notice is a big round ass belly standing in my face. So I'm like, wait. What the fuck going on here? Janice, what is going on? Janisha instantly is like, look, I am so sorry. I did not want anything to do with this. I'm like, do it, wait. Who baby is that? Y'all, she tells me that she is 9 months pregnant and it is my baby daddy's baby, y'all, and they are in love. I'm like, are you sure, y'all? Because at this point, I can't take no more. Are you sure? She's like, yes. I'm like, girl, what the fuck have you gotten yourself into? She's like, what are you talking about? What the? First off, this was my man. But anywho, he got a boyfriend across the street. Okay? They're trying to frame me for the murder of his wife. You need to go take that baby. You need to run because I know you're not safe neither. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look, we got to get the fuck out of here, y'all. We got to get out of here because I'm pretty sure that after you had that baby girl, they're going to probably take your baby unalived. You do something to you next. And I'm like, I don't know why, but I just got a feeling his mama got something to do with this shit too. I'm like, Janice, we have to go. Yeah, one thing about St. Louis girls, if we know it's some listen, we ain't questioning shit when it's time to get down. She like, okay, come on, let's go. Yeah, we go down the side steps and we hop in her car. I call my mom, I call my sister, I tell them, I'm like, look, just meet me at the spot. I'll be there in at least 2 hours. If I'm not back, look, come find me. So y'all, my mama and my sister leave. I get in the car with Janice and I'm like, do you got anywhere that you can go safe? Anywhere that he does not know about. She's like, yes. Yeah, Janice was a realtor. She was a real estate agent, y'all, on the side. So she handled properties as well as worked for my baby father's mother. So y'all, we go to one of her spots and I sit down with her and I tell her everything. So I tell her about Dana. I tell her about the breaking news. I tell her about everything. I tell her about California. I tell her they stole my kids. Janice is just like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry too. But look, we gonna have to prove I'm innocent. So y'all, while I'm sitting there talking to Janice keeps telling me, mentioning that some lady had been coming by looking for me. And I'm like, why the hell would somebody be coming by looking for me? Janice was like, look, she left a card. And she told me to have you give her a call. She was like, look, I don't know why I did not throw that card away. She's like, some telling me to keep that card. So I asked Janice, I'm like, Janice, where the fuck is the card? Janice like, the card is back at the apartment. Yeah, we cannot go back. But this card may be somehow, some way, a piece of me proving that I'm innocent. Because who the fuck could be looking for me? Alrighty, y'all. So, part 16, I have found out my baby daddy was DL. So, y'all, even though I really know I need to go back and get this card, y'all, I'm not going to risk my life or have her risking hers going back. Y'all, we got to lay low. So, y'all, me and Janice is sitting in the apartment, y'all, and we is talking. And Janice is just like, Carissa. I'm like, what? She was like, I think I know how to prove you innocent. And I'm like, why you just not say something? She's like, man, I just remembered. She was like 7 months ago, she was like, Rebecca, which is my baby daddy mom. She was like, she had some lady who came by and she had on her uniform. She was a police officer and they were in an office arguing. And she was like, all I remember her saying is that she was going to tell everybody. And I'm like, you just now remembering that? I'm like, what did the officer look like? She was like, she was dark skinned. I'm like, was she 5'2", 5'3"? She was like, yes. I'm like, that was Dana. That was Dana. Yeah. So Dana had threatened to tell everything she knew about my baby father and her husband, y'all. Dana and Rebecca knew each other. Dana and my baby daddy mother knew each other, y'all. So the only person who was able to prove that they knew each other would be Janice, because Janice was the only person that was there in the office that day. So now I really know I cannot let Janice out of my sight because she is probably the most valuable piece of evidence that I got right now that I did not unalive this lady. So y'all, tell Janice, I'm like, look, Janice, we gonna have to go down to my baby daddy mama house and we gonna have to confront them about what happened. Yeah, she is looking at me like you done lost your fucking mind. And probably at this point, maybe I have, but I'm willing to do anything, y'all, at this point to get my kids. Already, y'all. So, part 17, I found out my baby daddy was dead. So, my plan is to go to my baby daddy mama house and confront my baby daddy, his boyfriend, and his mama. Because I know one of y'all, all three of y'all got something to do with this shit. But y'all, Jenny's not feeling it. She like, look, I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's safe. You gonna have to sit down and think this shit through. Like, it gotta be another way. So y'all, we sitting down. We ain't coming up with shit. Everything Jenny's saying sound like bullshit. She like, how about we just go to the police? Nada. That ain't an option, because if we go to the police, they gonna lock me up. They probably gonna lock your ass up for something too. And that's just not a chance I'm willing to take. So y'all, her phone ring. So I look at her. I'm like, it's him. She like, yeah, should I answer it? Yeah, answer it. So yeah, she answers the phone. He's like, hey babe, are you okay? She's like, yes. He's like, well, I'll be home a little later. Did you want to grab some food? Or did you want to grab some food, or are you cooking some? So she's like, I just ordered some takeout or something. How long will you be before you get home? It's like 5 o'clock, y'all. He's like, I should be home maybe about 7:30. So I'm like, all right, cool. So she hangs up the phone. So yeah, she looked at me and she like, Carissa, what should I do? So I'm like, how about this? How about you go home? You play shit cool. You go get that card. You send me the number and we gonna figure out what's next from here. So she's like, look, I don't know how safe this is gonna be, but this is just a chance that I'm willing to take. But she like, look, you gotta comfort me if I call you. So I'm like, look, I got you. Make sure you send me the number. Y'all, but before she leave, y'all, I go on my back and I give her the gun. I'm like, look, Janice, if he give you any fucking signs this shit finna go wrong, I want you to shoot first, ask questions never, okay? I want you to get his ass gone, okay? She look at me and she like, I don't think that I can do it. I looked her in the eyes and I'm like, you finna have that baby and that baby gonna need you. It's either you or him and you gotta choose. So, y'all, she leaves and she goes home. So, when she get home, like an hour later, y'all, she sends me the number. So, y'all, I call the number. When I call the number, it is an attorney's office. So, I heard it's like Attorney Angela Meckenberg or something like that, y'all. It was a word-ass last name. So, I hang up. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, attorney, like, what is this attorney looking for me for? Keep in mind, I'm on the run, but why would an attorney be looking for me? So, y'all, I calls the number again because I'm like, bro, I need some answers, y'all. So I don't get an answer. Y'all get a call back. I get a call back. It come back as like a no-caller ID number. Y'all know I done had my first shot on no-caller ID number, so I'm hesitating on answering it, but I do. So when I answer it, she's like, hi, this is Angela. I'm like, Angela. I'm like, somebody told me you were looking for me. She's like, Carissa? Look, I done had enough of bitches knowing me. I don't know who the fuck are you and why are you looking for me? She's like, look, I know you're innocent and I'm going to help you prove you innocent. I just need you to trust me. I'm like, who are you? Like, tell me who you are. She was like, Dana. Dana was my sister. Dana's sister? What the fuck are you talking about? You know what? Look, I'm not fucking with you and I'm not fucking with this shit because the last time I trusted your sister, she the reason I got into this shit. She like, listen, I know. She was like, Dana told me everything. Dana told you everything? Everything. She's like, yes, I know everything. And she was like, I got proof that you're innocent. But she was like, I'm going to need your help to prove that you didn't do it. So, y'all, I'm sitting on this at the end of this phone. And at this point, y'all, I don't know who to believe, what to do. But I'm desperate. So I asked her, okay, what the fuck do I got to do? So she's like, look, I need you to meet me downtown next to the soccer stadium. She's like, there's going to be a mailbox and there's a car parked at the corner. She was like, I'm going to meet you right at the car. Get in the back seat. Y'all, this sound like some setup shit. But even though this shit sound wild and crazy, at this point, all this shit is crazy. So like I told y'all, I'm willing to do whatever I gotta do. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna meet you. But I'm letting you know now, I don't give a fuck about you being no lawyer. I don't care about who you are. You try some funny shit, I'm offing you. And she like, look, I understand. Just meet me and come by yourself. Alrighty, y'all. So, part 18 and a half, I found out my baby daddy was dead. So, I pulls up downtown, y'all, and I meets Dana's sister. So, when I hop in the car, y'all, the car's tinted. It's black. That I can't see nothing in, and you cannot see nothing out. Do you hear me? So, y'all, when I got in the car, she was in the car. Y'all, she's sitting in the front seat, y'all. I could have sworn I was looking at Dana. When I said she had her whole face, she had her whole face. So, when I get in the car, I'm like, what's up? She hands me an envelope, y'all. She got a thick-ass stack of pictures, y'all. It's pictures of my baby father. It's pictures of Dana's husband. It's pictures of his mama, y'all. It's pictures of all three of them together. And there's also pictures of the police lieutenant. So, y'all, I'm asking her, I'm like, what the fuck is this? She like, look, Dana was getting ready to expose a really big operation. And she was like, they could not risk her exposing them. So they're framing you for her murder. She was like, your baby daddy and her husband didn't do it. So I'm like, who the fuck killed Dana? Y'all, we all been wanting to know who the fuck killed Dana. She like, look, When I tell you this, you're not going to believe it. But she was like, man, it was the lieutenant and it was your baby daddy mama. So you mean to tell me, bitch, I already got to worry about the mom. I got to worry about the lieutenant too? I'm like, how you know? Man, look, Dana had figured some shit out she was never supposed to figure out. And when they found out that Dana found out, y'all, they offed her ass. They offed her quickly. And they framed me. Y'all, they framing me for the murder of Dana. Of course, we already knew that. Y'all probably ain't believe me. I've been telling y'all this since day one. These people was framing me, but her sister is gonna help me prove it. But y'all, how the fuck am I gonna prove that I'm innocent and I'm still on the run? So she tell me, she like, look, I want you to lay low, give me 2 days. And she like, in 2 days, I'm going to have all this shit figured out. And we going to prove you innocent and we going to get your kids back. So y'all look at her. And I asked her, how the fuck you know they got my kids? Y'all, Dana's sister didn't bug her husband's car. She said, girl, listen, I overheard them over the speaker talking about how they were going to go get your kids. She like, look, trust me. I know that you want your kids and you willing to do whatever that it takes. Just trust me. I'm going to call you 2 days. So y'all done hopped out this car. I done hopped back in my car and I'm sitting here. And all I could think about is how everybody that I trusted these last few years has turned on me. And I was so fucking blind. But it's cool, y'all. I'm going to give her 2 days. 2 days, y'all. She get 2 days. Part 19 and a half, found out my baby daddy was DL. So when I had back in the car, y'all, I had like 6 or 7 missed calls from Janice. So when I call her back, she is not answering. So shit, I'm a few blocks from the live, so I'm going to just pull up. So by the time I hit the corner, y'all, she calls me back. She like, Carissa, I'm like, well, she like, please tell me you did not meet with that lady. I'm like, I did. She like, did you know that they was twins? I'm like, nah, but shit, I mean, yeah, kind of, shit. They did look the same. She like, look, I don't know if she back on some trying to help you all. I'm like, oh, she on some sister revenge shit. I'm like, girl, I'm already knowing. But look, at this point, I really don't have many options. And I'm like, at this point, girl, too, I'm tired of running. And I'm like, all I care about is my kids. She like, look, our kids is safe. She like, they heard. As soon as he leaves, she was like, I'm gonna leave with the kids and I'm gonna go somewhere safe. And she was like, I'll call you. I'm like, where the fuck is he going? She like, he said he got something he got to take care of and he want me to watch the kids for a couple hours. She was like, Carissa, look, please just don't do nothing crazy beforehand. And I promise I'm gonna get your kids back to you. So, y'all, I feel so satisfied knowing that this lady's finna give me my kids back because I have been up, restless, worried about my kids. I'm stressed. I'm not eating. Yeah, this is a lot on my mental. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we hangs up the phone. So yeah, I called my sister and my mama and asked them where they at. My sister and my mama wasn't too far from where I was at. So I pulls up. So when I ended up pulling up, my sister comes outside. We sitting in the courtyard. We talking. And I'm just telling my sister, I'm like, you know what? I've been running for a while now. And at this point, it's like, I'm tired. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to ever prove that I'm innocent if I keep running. She like, yeah, I feel you. But man, look, don't just throw yourself away to the system like that. She like, we gotta at least try to prove that you innocent first. So I'm like, man, look, I met Dana's sister today, and she say that she can prove I'm innocent. I'm like, somehow, some way, she can prove that I didn't do it. And she like, do you trust her? I'm like, yeah. She showed me some pictures. I'm like, man, there was some pictures of my baby father, Dana's husband, his mama. I'm like, man, she even said that the lieutenant and his mama got something to do with it. I'm like, I don't know at this point who to trust, but shit, anything sound better than me? And my sister like, right, but look, I got a plan. So I'm like, what's up? So my sister had a friend who she was really close with. It was a guy, and yeah, he actually was a police officer as well. Yes, it's a whole lot of blue and black shit going on around here, like, yes. But she's like, look, we can pull up and we can see what's up with Jason, and I can see if Jason can help us. So I'm like, okay. So we pulls down, y'all. And at first, Jason was like, fuck no. Like, I am not fucking with y'all. You's on the run. You's a troublemaker. Y'all gonna have to find somebody else to help y'all. So y'all Lily begs Jason to help us. And he is like, what the fuck do y'all really want me to do? I'm like, I don't know. Like, give me a wire or something. I'm like, I don't know, something. So y'all, Jason like, what facts do y'all have surrounding this situation other than a bunch of he say, she say shit? So I'm like, pictures. I tell him, I'm like, the sister had pictures. I'm like, the lieutenant. He like, whoa, lieutenant. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it was a black guy, tall, bald. He was like, oh my God. He like, man, Internal Affairs has been sniffing around lately. You may be right. Hold on, look. He like, I'ma call you and I'ma tell you where to meet me at, and I'm finna figure something out for you. I'm like, are you sure? He like, yeah. So we leave. When we get in the car, I'm like, sis, I pray when we turn this corner, there do not be like 20 fucking police cars that SWAT us. She like, look, we can trust him. I'm like, are you sure? She like, yeah, girl, we can trust him. If we can trust him, girl, he would have locked you up before you left. And I'm like, yeah, shit, you right. So where we going? So my sister like, shit, we gonna need more ammo. If we do anything, we gonna need more guns. So we pull us up down to my people's house, y'all, in the city. Yeah, they got them things over there. So first off, everybody is shocked to see us both, because everybody in the fucking whole St. Louis at this point know our business. They know I'm on the run, and whatever reason she left St. Louis, I ain't gonna be the one to tell y'all, but hell, they was talking about that too. So my sister tell them, like, we need some big shit. And they like, boy, the type of heat y'all in, y'all gonna need more than some big shit, but I got something for y'all. So y'all, we get 2 guns and we leave. We go back to my cousin's house, and I tell my sister, like, Janice gonna call me when my kid's ready. We just gotta sit and we gotta wait on the car. And we do. We get that car. Part 20 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So, y'all, when I answers the phone, y'all, it is Janice. And Janice telling me Rebecca had just got shot. So, I'm like, why you telling me that's good news? She is like, no, it's not. She's like, because you on the run still. And if you still on the run, I'm pretty sure they going to try to put this on you, too. I'm like, oh, my God, like, you're right. So, she like, they finna be coming even more harder looking for you. I'm just trying to let you know. So, I'm like, fuck, where is he? She like, girl, he left to go to the hospital. Me and the kids are here. And I'm like, okay, well, get the kids leaving Mimi. She like, I got a problem. I'm like, what's wrong? She say, is the boyfriend tall, dark skin, waves, chocolate? I'm like, yeah. She like, well, he's here. And he's sitting with me until he gets back, me and the kids, just to protect them from you, us from you. And I'm like, what the fuck? She was like, look, if I can get the fuck out of here, I will. But she like, the only way I'm going to be getting up out of here, and that's going to be for me to have to unalive this man. And you know, and I know that you don't want me to do that in front of your kids. And I'm like, no, so just stay put. I'm going to figure out what to do and how to do it. And I'm like, man, and we talking about a police officer. This man is overly trained. I don't even know how to shoot a gun for real. But hell, I'll do it if I need to. So, y'all, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Y'all, every time something gets good, shit gets bad, but it's cool because I know what's up, y'all. I got to move. So, y'all, we sitting and we waiting, and we finally get the call from Jason. And Jason is like, okay, I got good news, guys. He was like, come to find out, there is an investigation going on. So, if you guys can help take down this investigation, you can walk away freely, Lily, and you can definitely prove that you're innocent. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. What the hell do we got to do? So, y'all, Jason tells me that he wants me to come to the police station, y'all, and he wants me to come and get a wire. Police station to get a wire? Hell no. Man, you going to have to bring that wire out here to me. I ain't coming in a police station. He like, man, look, you going to have to trust me. I ain't coming. He like, man, look, either you gonna meet me here or I can't do nothing for you. And I'm just like, bro, why I gotta be the police station? But y'all, pulls up to the fucking police station, y'all. Jason comes out. I go in. Part 21 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So I go inside the police station, y'all. They see me in this room. I'm waiting for a good 15 minutes. I just know when they come back in here, they just gonna put my motherfucking handcuffs on. And they gonna walk me to my motherfucking cell. Bitch, it's been a good run, but it's over. So somebody finally come in the room, and the man sits down, and he tells me exactly what's gonna go down. He tells me that I'm gonna wire a wire, and he wants me to ask some specific questions, and they need some answers. And in exchange for those answers, they'll help me prove that I was innocent. Now, even though I don't understand why I gotta help y'all prove these motherfuckers did what they did for y'all to prove that I ain't do it, but it's cool. Like I tell y'all, I'm willing to do whatever I gotta do. I'm desperate. So, y'all, I sit in the room. They tell me what to do. I leave. I'm waiting on the call. Y'all, Janice never calls me. So I tell my sister, I'm like, I think we should go down. And she's like, all right, cool. Let's go down there. So, y'all, we pulls up down there. Yeah, we get out, we go in. I use the key, per usual. When I go in, it is pitch black dark, y'all. It's dark as a motherfucker. Ain't no kids here, ain't no Janice, ain't no boyfriend. Nobody's home. So I look at my sister and I tell my sister, I'm like, something is wrong. I'm like, we gotta do something. Now keep in mind, y'all, the whole time we talking, everything we doing, we are being monitored and recorded. I'm strapped up. I'm undercover. These people is listening. So I tell my sister, I'm like, you know what we gotta do next, right? She look at me and I'm like, she like, hospital? Yeah. Let's go to the hospital. So y'all, me and my sister drives to the DePaul Hospital where Rebecca has been held. And we're going to go get some answers. Yeah, at this point, I don't know the condition of Rebecca. I don't know hell if she can talk. I don't know hell if she dead. I don't know what's going on with Rebecca. But all I know is I got to figure out where my kids at. And I know if I can get to her, I can get to them. So we pulls up to the DePaul. So y'all, first things first is when we make it to the DePaul, they act like they do not want to let us in. So my sister said, I got an idea. I'm like, all right, cool, let's get it. So I had a cousin who didn't stay too far away, y'all. She was a CNA. She's like, look, we gonna need your badge and we gonna need a couple uniforms. Yeah, my cousin gave me her badge and a couple uniforms, y'all, and we went back. So we went back as CNA to work on shift from agency. Y'all, these motherfuckers let us in. We walked straight to the back and we walked straight to Rebecca's room. Yeah, so when we walk in, yeah, Rebecca is breathing. Rebecca is aware of what's going on. Rebecca can talk. This bitch is sitting in this motherfucking room alive. She shot up, but she alive. So whoever did it didn't do a good job. So I walk in. My sister walk in behind me. And y'all, you would have thought she seen the ghost. I'm like, what's up, Rebecca? She's like, Carissa, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, I shouldn't be coming by to check on my kid's grandmother. I heard you got shot. How you feeling? She looks at me and she's like, well, I'm feeling better. How you been? Part 22 of how I found out my baby daddy was DL. So y'all, this lady just asked me, how have I been? How have I been? Well, I was doing perfectly fucking fine until you decided to frame me for the murder of Dana. Until your son decided he wanted to run off and be with a man. He moved the car. I said, you know what? I ain't got to tell you that because you know that, right? You know it. I'm like, you framed me for the Dana's murder. You and Dana was arguing weeks prior to her being murdered. And now all of a sudden, she framing me? I just got one question. I got one question, Rebecca. Did you send Dana? Did you send Dana? Yeah, Rebecca looked at me. She smiled. She says, oh, bitch, you think you got it all figured out. And I do. And I do. She's like, yeah, but you don't. You don't. See, you think you know everything. That's your problem. I always told you, you thought you knew everything. And that bitch did always tell me I thought I knew everything. But, and your point? She said, see, you were so blind. So blind. Janice was running around her fucking your man. Your man all out her fucking with Dana's husband. And yeah, you right. I did frame you for the murder of Dana. See, because if that bitch thought she was going to tell everybody what my boy around her doing and make my family look bad, she had another motherfucking thing coming. See, you and Dana, you bitches was just alike. But see, one thing about Dana didn't know how to stand a motherfucking place. But you's a dummy. You's a motherfucking dummy. All this shit been going on underneath your nose and you ain't smelled none of it, did you? I said I didn't. But you know what I did smell? Bullshit, bitch. And you know what else I smell? Bullshit, bitch. Because you going to jail. She says, and how do you figure I'm going to jail? Y'all lift up my motherfucking shirt. And I show that bitch. I say, I'm strapped, bitch. You thought I was the dummy. I'm strapped. And you just told me you framed me for Dana's murder. Thank you so much. Yeah, that bitch tried to hop out that bed. Lily drew her motherfucking gun so quick. She said, Rebecca, baby, you sure? Are you sure? She looked at Lily and she said, shoot me. I have nothing else to live for. Yes, bitch, you right. Because Rebecca went to jail for the murder of Dana. The lieutenant went to jail as well because come to find out, Rebecca and the lieutenant had been sleeping around. That was her little boyfriend. Her and the lieutenant had been sleeping around. And the lieutenant helped Rebecca frame me for the murder of Dana Black. So, come to find out, the attorney affairs had already known that the lieutenant was dirty. He was under investigation. They had been tracking him, following him. So, yeah, I was out on the run. And while I was out on the run, God was working in my favor. So, all charges had been dropped and dismissed. My baby father's mother, Rebecca, was charged for the murder of Dana Black. I was set free. I did serve some time, y'all. I served some time for going on the run. But I did get my kids back. I did change my name. I changed my kid's name. Yeah, and we moved back to Cali and we started a new life.